A lot of us have had race days where we leave thinking, man, I just need to stop crashing. That was pretty much me last week. I was racing on a new track, and honestly, the car just wasn't right. I finished second to last out of 8. So I came into this week with a few setup ideas I wanted to try. None of the first changes really made much difference. So let's take a quick look at Q1. Watching this back, it almost looks like I just forgot how to drive. I'm clipping pipes, running wide, making little mistakes all over the place. The car never really settles down, and I'm constantly fighting it instead of attacking the track. At the time, I couldn't even tell you exactly what was wrong. It just felt inconsistent. Between Q1 and Q2, I made exactly one change. I swapped the front sway bar from a 1mm to a 1.2mm. That's it. No spring changes, no shock changes, no geometry or ball stud changes, just one sway bar. The difference was immediate. The car became predictable. Instead of reacting to what the car might do, I could actually place it where I wanted. The crashes disappeared, I started hitting my marks, and suddenly I could drive the lines I'd been trying to drive all night. The result? A clean Q2 and TQ. That setup change didn't suddenly make me a faster driver. It gave me a car that I could actually drive consistently. Going into the A main, I started from pole. The guy starting in second is probably the fastest driver here, but he had a rough qualifying session, so I knew he'd be coming. My goal wasn't necessarily to beat him. I just wanted to run another clean race and do my best to keep him behind me as long as I could. For about half the race, that actually worked. I was able to keep him behind me until I made one small mistake, left the door open, and he got by. Once he was through, he was gone. Still, considering where I was just 1 week earlier, I was really happy with the result. The biggest lesson from this race wasn't that a 1.2mm sway bar is the answer for every car. It was a reminder that sometimes what feels like bad driving is really a setup that's making consistency almost impossible. As amateur racers, it's easy to blame ourselves every time we hit a pipe or make a mistake. Sometimes that's true. But sometimes, the car is just asking you to be perfect every lap. And that's a really hard way to race. One small setup change can completely change your confidence, your consistency, and ultimately your results. This week was a pretty good reminder of that.